Hello, Nadia, and thank you so much for joining me here.
Hi, Dina. Nice to be here with you.
Okay, so I just want to chat a little bit about this workshop that you did last year with me, the 4 easy steps to planning your business year of abundance and ease virtual workshop. What motivated you to do that, to do the workshop?
Well, I knew I was going into 2018 with some big goals, and along with big goals comes a very long to-do list. And the longer the to-do list got, the more anxiety I got with having to get all these things done. It just seemed like everything was just piling on top, and I wanted so badly to get to all of it, but it felt a little bit impossible, and I knew I needed to either take action or get organized or both or something. So when I saw the workshop, I jumped at the chance.
Oh, wonderful. And what was your business like before you did this, before you did the workshop?
Well, I must say I was very much in the starter game of my business. But I mean, to the point of having so many to-dos, it's very much a situation where I'm running from one thing to the other. And it's easy to get distracted, or it was, let me put it that way. It was so easy to get distracted by the new shiny thing. Maybe I should include this type of content or do this type of thing or whatever that might be. And without having a very clear, defined set of almost criteria of what to do next, what is going into this month, and what really is the purpose for all of this, what is the big vision? It's easy to fall into that trap of shiny syndrome. And that's really where I was. I was a little bit scattered, and with that anxiety just piles on. And then sometimes you kind of get to that point where you just don't do anything for a couple of weeks.
You just don't do anything. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So in doing the workshop, what were your ahas?
There were so many, but I would say my number one biggest one was the second that I saw everything mapped out. And I mean, it's one of the last steps is where we actually plot everything onto the calendar. So you've gone from a list to seeing it almost as like a timeline. That showed me for the first time in a visual and very practical sense that there is time and space for everything. Everything will have its moment, and I will get to it all. I don't have to do it all in January. And the second that I saw that, it was like, okay, I can relax. There's a lot to do, and I'm going to be busy, but I don't have to worry about creating a course now because that's not its time right now. And that put everything at ease. Yeah.
Yeah, so that at ease, that feeling is absolutely amazing to get that. And I suppose that contributed a lot to your confidence in your business looking forward.
100%, definitely. Confidence in knowing where I'm going. Confidence in knowing what some of the tangible goals would be. Like I would have so many blog posts. I would have these pieces of content. I hope to get these subscribers, and I can do that if I just stick to these steps. It made everything feel good, and with that good feeling and that at ease, definitely confidence comes along with that. I would say so. Yes.
And in what ways did this workshop help you in your business? Apart from the fact now that you know what to do when, are there any other ways that it helped you or helped your business?
Yes, I mean, for me personally, I easily go into planning mode. And I think this sort of talks to the shiny object syndrome thing as well. But and I think that's true for so many entrepreneurs. We love to think of the big vision and think, okay, cool, these are all the things that I can do and then I will do. And, I'm very excited about this, but we very rarely, or many of us, and me, myself, definitely struggle to actually execute because we're looking at you know, what is the next thing? What is the next thing? What is the next thing? And when we're looking ahead the whole time, we don't actually just stay in the present. And I suppose this was also another aha, you could say, you know, was that seeing everything on the wall, because here's my calendar right here. If I if I do see something that that I might want to add or include in my business, I can actually look at, before I get all frazzled, I look at my calendar and I say, okay, is this deserving of bumping something out, or can I fit it in later? Or maybe it's actually not actually that relevant now that I look at my purpose. So it's given me not only the freedom of that ease and confidence, but also helped me to stick to my vision and stay on the course rather than veering off, if that makes sense. Yes.
And I remember you mentioned that you took a break from your business. And then you came back to it. And the first thing you did was you went to your calendar. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yes, that is 100% what happened. It was, for some personal reasons, about halfway through the year, I just needed to take a break. And, you know, it is a bit of a pity for me because I would have loved to actually have hit those goals. But of course, you know, taking off a few months really did pull me back. However, when I did decide, okay, cool, it's time, I can come back now, it was the first place I went to. And I thought, okay, cool, these were my goals. I didn't work on it for these months. So let me see what I can achieve now by the end of the year. And it also helps me to see, okay, if this is what I did, why did I take that break? You know, did I still overcommit? Because I do have a daytime job, you know, that does also require a lot of time. So it is important to say, okay, even though everything's so organized and pretty, maybe I still did overcommit myself. And that did, you know, add to that overwhelm and add to all that crazy. And if I actually just maybe remove one or two items and just keep it a little bit more manageable, I can actually do better next year. So it was a great learning curve. Yeah.
Yes. And so you'll take all of these learnings into next year, into planning for next year, so that you know that you can actually, it's easily doable for you. It's a stretch, but it's doable.
Yes.
So, on that note, I see that you have enrolled again for this year's workshop. Why not doing it by yourself?
Oh no. I think that I would probably take about 4 weeks rather than 4 hours to do it. And 4 weeks is being kind to myself, because honestly, it would, like I said, I easily go into that planning mode. It's my default. So instead of just getting it done, getting it up, and being able to work with it, if something new comes on or there's an opportunity or a trend that I need to answer, I can address it within the framework rather than looking at everything from week to week. It's just too much.
And of course, as you go into planning mode, as many entrepreneurs do, as you said, you know, we battle to execute, is that you make a plan and then you make another plan and then you make another plan. And in the end, you have a lot of plans, but you actually haven't just committed to and, you know, just start executing.
Exactly. Yeah.
No,
I mean, I think I have accounts on about 3 different project management tools, and I've got notebooks with lists, you know, I've got reminders on my computer. So if I'm not actually structured enough, I will just make another list. I'll sign up to another thing. So it is so helpful and so 100% beneficial to just know where you're going right from the start. And when you know, and you can just execute, just say, okay, cool. So this week I need to do these blog posts. I need to do this and I need to do this. Great. That's my list. I don't have to do more than that. And doing less than that is unacceptable. And that keeps me just on par.
And I suppose that just thought of that now, remember the evaluation that you did after we plotted the calendar to see in financial terms, actually seeing your plan, how you're going to make money, is it viable? What came up for you doing that? What ahas did that bring about?
Well, I must say again, it really, before anything else, it just puts you at ease, because I think pricing for me, and I know that a lot of people that I do work with and talk to struggle with something like pricing, you know, and we worry about it because we don't know, number one, whether we can ask that amount, whether are we too expensive or too cheap, or what, you know, what is that magic number. And then on top of that, if we are asking too little or too much, are we gonna make it by the end of the year, you know, or by the end of the month, or the end of the week, or whatever your you know, your measurement moments are. And I think just being able to see, okay, great, even if it's not my ideal income yet, this is what I'm gonna make. If I stick to this, this is my good, my better, my best, you know. And if I hit those marks, great. I know where I need to maybe subsidize. I know what, which months, hopefully I don't have to do as much freelance work, or, you know, whatever that is. And it just gives you so much clarity, because now, again, it adds that confidence. Now I don't need to worry about, oh, what am I going to plan for money this month? You know, like, I know, great, cool. Expected money from the business is this, or income is this. Then I know I'm getting this other subsidized income and this other subsidized income, until, you know, the business does get to the point where it is completely, supporting me on its own. Yes, exactly.
And of course, you know, that whole idea of knowing what's coming helps you to really be proactive in terms of really knowing, listen, I really want this launch to be really great, so I want to grow my list to that kind of number so I can make this kind of money.
Yes, definitely. It's, you know, yes, I suppose what you're saying, and it is very much true, you're putting all the sort of parallels next to one another. You know, it's the time next to your sort of quantitative goals, next to your financial goals, and seeing if those things line up, and seeing if those metrics are realistic. And, you know, because it is easy to say, like, cool, I want like 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Cool story. But that might not be realistic. Whereas but it's not always so easy to see it when it's just all in your head. But when you see it written down and mapped out in that fashion, it's easy to say, like, okay, maybe I need to pull back here a little bit, or maybe I need to push myself here a little bit, you know? So that is very helpful.
Great. Well, Nadia, thank you so much for your insights. And what will you say to any businesswoman or any business person out there thinking about doing this workshop?
I'd say it is the closest to a non-negotiable that I can think of. If you are ready to really take your business seriously for 2019, even if it is your very first year and you have no idea where to start, this is where you start. Because if you don't know what you're doing up front, you're going to be chasing your tail. Believe me, I've chased my tail so many times and for so long, and it is very frustrating. You're left feeling really very frustrated, and you get angry and you don't know where to put the blame, which is usually your own fault. So take the time. It's 4 hours and your year is mapped. It will give you the confidence and the ease and the grace to move through it really beautifully and profitably, hopefully.
Yes. And I've seen with myself, you know, being obviously in business for quite a while now, that this planning really, it just helps me, as you said, puts me at ease, know where I'm going, know where I need to push myself, know how to change my business model. Where do I need more income? Where do I need to let go? Programs changing, life happens. What do I need to move around so that I can sort of still achieve my goals? Nadia, again, for the third time now, thank you before I start the conversation again. And I'll see you in the workshop.
Great. I'm so looking forward to it. Thank you so much for giving me a call today.
Me as well. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.